So how is following the app? You can online too. We're a little bit more now with the Greek class. It's a bit different than Bible study, so you can share in. And how is the repetition? Have you been able to listen to the alphabet a few times?
Got the alphabet down.
How about you online? How is the repetition? Have you been able to do the app? Have you been able to do the writing a little bit? We sent it in the group chat to write along a Greek app to learn how a little bit the letters work. Were you able to do any of it? A little bit? Okay. The flashcards. Did everybody get a little bit? We've been going over the first chapter and we had flashcards. I shared over Quizlet again in the WhatsApp group. Was anybody able to do it? So I hear one. That's great. Okay. I think we're gonna go back to the beginning. Okay. I think there's a few people online that we didn't have last week. So let's give it a little bit of a brief synopsis why it's important for us to learn a little bit of Greek. I'm not going to do it as elaborate as the last week. You can listen into it. But one of the reasons is there's a few verses that not just a few verses, there's a lot of verses that give a deeper meaning when you know the language in which it was written in. Every translation is a form of interpretation. And when you can go back to the original or to the original language and text, that is almost essential to understand something. I gave the example last week of, St. Paul speaking to the Thessalonians, saying, I handed unto you the tradition which you're supposed to keep. Almost no New Testament nowadays would say that word tradition because it's more of a negative concept. So they use that word parousia, which exists, and changed it into teaching. Although in other passages, that same word is also translated into teachings. But when Christ speaks and rebukes the Pharisees, the same word parousia that St. Paul is used is translated as tradition. So in that interpretation, in that translation, there is a difference of interpretation to justify a certain point. Does it make sense? And why the Septuagint? That's something we discussed last week. Is in 300 BC, a very rich an intellectual in Alexandria, Egypt, wanted to have all the major texts in the Library of Alexandria. According to a tradition, the 70 or 72 came to, he got 70 to 72 great translators who were able to translate the Hebrew text into a Greek text that was the language spoken at that time. And by tradition, church tradition, they all came back separated, having almost identical or not the identical translation. And the Septuagint was the most commonly used scripture interpretation at that time. You will have the apostles quoting it from directly. The New Testament uses direct quotation from it. And even Christ himself is using the Septuagint. So it's very important for us also to be able to use and understand the Septuagint as well. Okay, we're good here up to this point?
Septuagint?
Yeah, it's called the 70. That's Latin. It comes from the Latin for the 70s. And on top of that, if you're Greek Orthodox and following along the liturgy has a lot of repetition actually of words. So if you know 30 to 40 words, you could actually understand 20 to 30%, especially of the petitions that we say. Why? It's because a lot of things get repeated. Irini. I'm sure you've heard Irini a lot of times, meaning peace. And we use it many, many times. So by just learning that one word, you've got like 2% access into understanding it. That's pretty high. And that way you can also understand other things. And then a benefit also is learning the church fathers or what word? Irini.
Are you?
Yes.
So I know myself by knowing that word.
And it also gives us access into essentially some of the patristic text. You know, Central Chrysostom, and that was the Greek. So that's the Greek we're going over. It's not ancient Greek, which is like Homeric. This is more like the Greek that is later. It's actually the more simplified Greek that was spoken at the time before Christ and shortly after Christ. That's the Greek we're using, and it gives you some kind of ease into modern Greek. It's not identical, but knowing biblical Greek makes learning modern Greek much easier. Okay? Victoria, do you want to read the Greek alphabet on page 1 with the pronunciation?
I'm so sorry, I don't have page 1. I don't have any of the materials. Somebody else.
Okay, can you pull up the Greek alphabet? You have a good pronunciation of Greek, don't you?
Yeah, can you have someone else do it?
Okay.
I don't have it.
Bill? How good is your, you wanna read it out? Can you do alpha? Yeah, but like slowly for everybody to hear.
It's the alphabet.
Yeah,
All right.
slow.
Alpha,
Everybody wanna say alpha?
Alpha.
And do the sound.
beta,
No,
what?
the pronunciation of the
Ah. Alpha.
Alpha.
Everybody online, can you guys hear it online well? Okay, alpha. Okay,
Vita.
and what sound does Gita do? Okay,
Vita. Gamma.
Yeah.
Gamma.
I don't know this.
Delta.
Delta.
It's like a
It's-
hard TH.
yeah, hard
There's another
TH.
one that's a soft TH, like the.
Okay.
Yeah, Delta.
delta, okay.
Epsilon.
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 Zeta.
Zeta.
Z. Eta.
Eta.
E. Theta. That's a soft TH.
Theta.
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 Theta. Iota.
Iota.
It's also E. Kappa. K. Lambda. So L sound. Mi. It's M. Ni. N. Xi. That's the, like an X. Omicron. Omicron's O sound. P. It's pi. P. Rho.
Rho.
R sound. Sigma. Taf. It's a T. Taf.
Tough.
Epsilon.
Epsilon.
Another E sound. Phi. It's F. He. Psi. Omega.
Omega. I got that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nasa ka lang.
Well.
So we also went through the words, and the words, now we're gonna repeat it a lot. So we're gonna do repetition a lot from the vocabulary we have, that everybody knows it, because we need to have the basics. And in the vocabulary, we'll give you the pronunciation of things. So what I'll do is I will say, so when you learn a new language, you usually want to know how and to what present active indicative tense it is. So like saying I run, you singular run. They run, you all run, right? He, she, it runs. So there is the first person singular, I, right? First person plural, we, correct?
Yep.
Second person singular, you. Second person plural, you all. Third person singular, he, she, it. Third person plural, they, them. Okay. So we have the first word is aku. Okay. And when you speak the first person singular, usually for now has the Omicron ending. For now, there's going to be more to that. Okay, aku. The second person singular is is. Okay, so aku, I aku, you aku, is. Aku is. What's going on? Akus.
Okay.
It's
Ikea.
that's a we.
Yeah. Third person singular, akui.
Akui.
First person plural, akumen,
Akumen.
okay? Second person plural, akuete. Third person is usin, okay? So akusin, okay?
It's all around, just make sure. Yes.
Are we good to now?
Is this on an app? Can I follow or not?
Yeah, can you send it in the group chat again, the?
I
So
have
we're
the
on
app.
page 8.
Oh.
Page 8.
Make sure you're on page 8. You have to look at it. I think it will make
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I look at your faces and there's a lot of.
Yeah.
Do are we on a certain lesson?
I'm going to send a PDF.
He's gonna send the PDF and
Well,
go
this
to page 8.
Oh,
That's not it.
this is the app, okay.
So for you online too, can you please go on page 8, which has it there as well?
What's the sense you right now?
Okay.
This is not the.
Give it a minute so everybody can pull it up.
All right, it is sent. You just have to go to the biblical. Are you in the biblical Greek group chats?
Maybe not.
I'll send it to you individually.
Oh, you are? No, you're not. You're
Not in it.
Okay, now
Michael, don't worry.
turn to page 8. So on page 7 is the vocabulary,
Send the PDF.
and page 8 has the various declensions. So this is going to be very hard if you don't have it in front of you. So try to, at all costs, to put it in front of you so you can look at it.
Do you want to send it to me too?
Yeah.
So many.
We'll send it to the group chat.
Okay, yeah.
That-
Oh, it's a book. Introduction. Lesson 1?
Okay, is everybody good?
Yep.
Yes.
Here, everybody's good. Online, thumbs up if you're good, so I know if you're good. Okay,
Sorry, Father, I'm on like 0 battery. I can't find it. I'm gonna join you next week.
that's good.
Sorry.
So let's start. We're
Bye.
bye-bye. Page 7, okay? We're gonna just read the words a few times. Aku,
Aku.
online, also follow along if you can. Blepo,
Lepo.
Blepo.
Black.
Ginosko, Grafo,
Grafo.
Didasco,
Erasmus.
Telo,
Hello.
Ke,
Ke.
Levo,
Levo.
Leo,
Leo.
Oti,
Oti.
Uok,
U.
Uk,
Uk.
Pistevo.
Pistevo.
One more time. Aku,
Aku.
Blepo,
Lepo.
Ginosko, Grafo,
Grafo.
Didasco,
Didasco.
Telo,
Hello.
Ke,
Ke.
Levo,
Lego.
Leo,
Leo.
Oti,
Oti.
Uk,
Uk.
Pistevo.
Pistevo.
Somebody comfortable to do it? Okay, so George, we're gonna go down the line and everybody will do it one time.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Well,
Aku.
Wait, hold on. I want to write down how you pronounce it in English because I can't read the actual Greek. It's just like scratch to me. Aku.
Okay, let's try to read. That's a good point. So, Aku, okay? So what's the first letter? Alpha. What sound does it make?
Ah.
The second letter. What sound does it make? Good. Okay. The third letter.
Omicron.
It's a little bit of a diphthong. Diphthong meaning 2 letters that make like one sound. O-U makes like a little bit of a longer U. Aku. And then the last one is an omicron, omega, which has a longer sound. So aku.
Aku.
Okay. The second word, blepo. What's the first letter? Beta.
Mhm.
What sound does it make? A V, yes, almost like a light V. The second letter,
Lambda.
lambda, what sound does that make?
L.
An L.
L.
Third letter,
Epsilon.
epsilon, what sound does that make?
E.
Yeah. What's the fourth letter?
E.
What sound does it make? Last letter, which one is the last letter?
Oh,
Omega.
What sound does it make?
Oh.
oh.
Did you see above, there's another letter, it's called omicron, right? It's a small o, okay? In antiquity, those two O's, small O's were put together, and then over time, top opened up and it became omega. This is literally how it developed. Next one, ginosko. That's the hard part of the Greek, is there's 4 O's and multiple E sounds. That's the
word.
So in antiquity, there was actually different breathing that was happening with each one. Those were lost. So now you have those that you have not too many vowels, but we have a lot that make almost a similar sound that in the past that would have a more of a breathing style. That's why you have there's a lot of vowels in Greek. It's not so much constant centered. Okay. Ginosko. First letter.
Gamma.
Gamma, and what sound does it make?
G and God. Yeah.
So for now it makes that sound. There's other times we can make an N sound, but we're not going to get to that now. Second letter,
Iota.
iota. What sound does it make? Ginosko. E. The next letter,
No.
what is it called?
No. Right?
Ni. And what sound does it make?
N.
Okay, like an N almost. Next letter. Oh. What letter is that?
2 O's.
Which makes omega? Okay. Okay, so if you look again, we're gonna jump a little bit up again on page where we have the alphabet, on page 1. On page 1. The sigma has 2 forms. If you look at like this 6th, 7th letter from the bottom, it's the S, it's sigma, right? It has 2 forms. One looks like almost like an O with a scribble on the top, and one that looks like an S that goes below a little bit. The ones that with the scribble on the top is written in the middle of the sentence. The one with like a C that goes a little bit below it is written at the end. But it's the same letter. It just depends where it is. Make sense a little bit? So if we look at ginosko, we go back to page 7. What sound does it make? What letter is that? The 4th one, the 5th one? 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sigma.
It's sigma. Okay. What sound does it make? Okay. And what's the letter after the sigma? Kappa. What sound does it make? K. Okay. Ginosko. The next one. Next. Anybody feels confident to say word letter by letter the name of the letter and the sound? Go ahead, Ines.
Gamma, G. Rho, R. Alpha, A. Phi, F. Omega, O. Grapho,
Grapho. Phi.
Phi,
The letter, the 4th letter is phi.
Phi.
Okay. Next one. George.
Yeah. So first letter delta. Next iota. E. Delta. The alpha. A. And since there's a mark on top of it, we emphasize the
Yes.
A. So alpha.
What letter are we on? Your word.
And then we have sigma, kappa, and then omega o. Didasco.
Okay. Somebody wants to try the next one?
Delta, beta, epsilon, lambda, omega.
I didn't hear the first letter. What, theta you said?
Beta,
Yeah, okay. Can you say it together?
Dilo,
Tello.
Delta.
We spoke about this last week, is if there is an acute in the top that makes that's where the emphasis goes to. Like if you do one lepo, so on the epsilon, that's where the tone goes, that was the emphasis goes. For ginosco, the third word that we went through, it's over the first omega, so ginosco, I'm emphasizing extra now. Grafo, the graph, we don't say grafo, we just say, right, we say grafo. Didasco, tello, okay? The next one, okay,
You can do that.
anybody?
I'll take the softball. It's Kappa, Alpha, and Iota. Okay.
Next one,
Paul.
I'll barely read English.
Chris.
Lego.
I has no. Oh,
Okay, so let's go a few times, let's repeat it a few times. We're not gonna do any kind of declension or anything, we're gonna go a few times just over for the rest of the day, over the alphabet, a few more times, so. Aku,
Aku,
blepo,
Lapo,
ginosco,
Ginosco,
didasco,
Dasco,
tello,
Hello,
ke,
Ke,
lego,
Lego,
lio,
Leo,
oti,
Oti,
u, pistevo.
Pistevo.
Okay, I'm gonna just jump now and you, so that you can follow along so much, but so like Lego,
Lego,
Lego.
ginosco,
Ginosco,
grafo,
Grafo,
tello,
Tello,
pistevo,
Pistevo,
aku,
Aku,
blepo,
Lepo,
grafo,
Grafo,
didasco,
Didasco,
oti,
Oti,
lio,
Leo,
lego,
Lego,
ke,
Ke,
pistevo.
Pistevo.
Alright, so let's do one round, everybody go through, don't be shy, okay? It's not a big deal to make a mistake, we're all here to learn, especially on line 2. Let's just go one round through to see, try to pronounce it, okay? You wanna read them out loud?
Yeah. Aku, Lepo. Just have this one.
Ye,
Ginasco.
ginosco,
Ginasco. Grafo. Didasco. Tello. Ki.
ke,
Ke. Lego.
lio,
Leo. Oti. Uk. Ux. Pistevo.
Actually, that's easy for German because the last sound, the he is like the CH in
Yeah.
German, so,
Okay. Pistevo.
okay, good job. And you can try, no
Um,
fear,
I forgot the first one already.
aku,
Aku. I see. That's a beta, right?
yes,
And then also VLEPO
say it,
lepo. Okay.
good job.
Noso,
Gi,
inoso,
ginosco, good job.
inosco. Okay. Grafo, didacto,
Didasco.
didasco.
This was it.
That's a H? No.
That's almost a thank you, the first two TH sound.
So that epsilon, L and O, that would be like celo. Yeah. Chi.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a diphthong. The alpha and the iota today make almost you ignore them. You make it not like a longer emphasis more on the iota. Okay.
Okay. Leah. Lee something O. Leo?
Lego.
Level. Okay. This one is Leo, because there's something in between. Oti, U. The, how is that one pronounced? Like ooks? Ook, and then ooks, and then that's I don't know what that is, P-I-O-S-T,
P-I-S-T.
peace, and then something, peace devil,
Yes.
okay.
Aku. Blepo. Nosko. Grafo. Didasco. Hello. Que. Lego. Leo. Oti. U. Pistevo.
Good job. Ivana, 1 second. You said you have a question?
Yes, Father, I have a question. I'm a little bit confused. So in the word Leo, this like V with a little like line above it. So the word analyze, Leo.
Yes.
So this little like V, like the letter V with like a little like, so we pronounce it as E, but then 2 lines under like uk, the same looking letter we pronounce just as U, like even though here looks like we pronounce it as E.
Let me see where we have this. Let's go to page 2 at the bottom.
Page 2. Oh, okay.
So there's 2 vowels, 2 letters that actually sound like 1 syllable. So it's like 2 letters put together actually come out as 1.
Okay.
Okay. So your question was ook. So where do you see that omicron and epsilon?
Mm-hmm.
What sound does the omicron and the epsilon make? So the epsilon is that V that you were mentioning. It's the 3rd one from the bottom where it says double O as in food. You see, so that when we have ook, it actually makes almost like a double O sound.
Okay. Ook.
So if you see like an alpha and an epsilon together, it makes an AI sound as an aisle. The epsilon iota and E sound as a neighbor. The omicron iota is an oi as an oil. Epsilon iota as in queen. The alpha epsilon O as in cow. And we did that one. And the next 2 is the epsilon iota as in met. And iota epsilon as in obey. So essentially when sometimes 2 vowels come together, they make 1 sound. I don't think I've answered that well. At all. Okay. Ivana, you want to try to read them out loud?
I can try. They're similar to Serbian letters, so
Okay.
it's Aku, Blepo, Ginosko, Grafo, Didasco, Telo, Ke, Lego, Leo, Oti, U, Uk, Ux, Pistevo.
The last one is uk. Okay, so it's uk.
Wait, Uk. Which one did I miss?
It's the last and the not.
Oh, okay.
Like sounds make like a CH in German. I don't, that's what even they say in this book. I don't know what similar sound makes in English. I don't think it exists. It's like it's like also the Arabic has the ras, which is like in the gutter. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, it's like a guttural sound that comes from the throat.
Like if you say octave, like the C octave.
Like if you got
octave,
something, yes.
but
Yeah. Octave, ook. Okay, don't let's not be stuck on that one. You're gonna come back a few more times.
Or like the C in cough. Cough.
That's the closest one, actually.
Cough.
The C and cough. Oh. Yeah, it's the closest. It's like it's
sounds
like you're trying to
colorful.
produce a sound just from here. Try to produce a sound just from here for a second. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like when you're about to spit.
It's like you're trying to scratch your throat. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to scratch your throat when you're sick? You're trying to scratch your throat. I mean, I don't know a better way to explain that sound.
A lot of German words come over.
Yeah. Try to do like. Try to do. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that worked. That worked. It's closer, great. You got it right.
Aku. Pero, que, Lego, Leo, Oti, Uk, and this one is Pistevo.
Good job. Paul. Try it. We're gonna go together.
Okay, I know Aku, Lepo, cause it says it. Vlepo,
Good job.
Vlepo, okay. I don't know the next one.
Okay, wait, slow. Ginosko.
Ginosko,
Can you go slowly?
Okay.
What's the first letter?
looks like a Y.
But what sound does it make? It's a G.
Go,
It's
Go.
G sound.
yeah, go,
G.
okay. Good,
Yeah, gamma.
Gamma, okay.
Next one. It's like English almost like a T.
Pa,
Wait, Ginosko.
Ginosko.
The next one is it's the V that makes an N sound.
Ne,
Ni.
ne,
Ni.
ni,
What sound does it make?
ni.
It makes the N sound.
Okay,
Ni is the
Ni.
letter, is how it's called, and it makes the N sound.
okay.
Okay? Next one. Omega.
Omega,
So in crisis, I'm the alpha and the omega.
Uh-huh.
What's the last letter? Is the omega.
okay.
It's O.
O,
Next letters.
looks like A.
But it's not an A. It's S.
Sigma, it's a S, okay. Ginosko, is that
Okay.
where we're at?
Good.
Ginosko. okay.
Next one.
It's not, no, it's not an O. O. O,
No, the first letter is a G. Think of it as a G.
Good.
go,
This one?
and then
Good.
gr,
What's the next? What's the P looks like what? What is the P?
looks like a backwards E, pa,
Wait.
okay.
G?
Yeah, go.
That's the next letter. P.
Are we on the same word?
It looks like a P in English.
I'm on I wish, will, desire.
Oh, no,
No, when you jump down.
Oh, I jump down?
we're in I write.
Alright.
Oh, I write, we're there, okay. Okay,
Grafo.
grafo,
Next one is didasco. Look at me. Didasco.
didasco. I'm not a scholar, guys.
Tello. Nobody is.
Velo,
Tello.
dello,
Like in English.
fellow,
Like tello.
fellow,
Que.
ge,
Que.
ke,
Lego.
Lego,
Leo.
Leo,
Oti.
orti,
Uk.
uk,
Let's do one by one.
u,
Uk.
uk,
Uk. Wait, let's do the uk first.
uk,
Uk. There's one that's with K, one that's
okay,
uk.
uk,
Next one is uk.
uk,
Okay. Yeah.
uk, uk,
There's one that's just like okay. Uk. Like an
Okay.
O-U-K.
okay,
Uk.
uk,
Ook. No, just forget the guttural one. There's one that's normal, that's just the
Okay.
K.
So there's a ooh,
Ook. Yeah. And the other one has the gutter one. Yeah. So when I am if you pay attention on Sundays, when I read the gospel, that one comes up a lot.
okay,
When Christ is not, yes, when there's a negation, it comes up quite a lot.
okay,
Okay, pay attention on Sunday when there is a church service and pay attention when you hear those sounds.
Okay.
Now that you heard those sounds, you're gonna pay attention
yeah,
on
definitely.
Sundays.
Could you have like a little red light and when you hit those words, just punch
Do one more piece.
Yes.
Anybody want chocolate? He's feeding it all the time. Want chocolate?
Pistevo.
He's
When you're supposed to eat chocolate, you pass this.
Oh.
Pistevo.
Pistego.
Okay, Bill? Go through it.
Sure. Ακούω, βλέπω, γινώσκω, γράφω, διδάσκω, θέλω και λέγω, λύω, ότι, ουκ, πιστεύω.
Bravo. Daniel.
Bravo.
Άκω, βλέπω, εγνώσκω, γράφω, διδάσκω, θέλω και λέω ότι
Leo.
λύω ότι ουκ πειράστο
Pistevo.
πιστεύω.
Aku.
Like that lost dog.
Lepo.
Lepo.
Ginosko.
Ginosko.
Grafo.
Grafo.
Didasco.
Didasco.
Θέλω.
Και.
Και. Λέγω. Λύω.
Leo.
Ότι.
Ου.
Ουκ. Πιστεύω. Τικ. Ακού. Try it, Dick. Ακού. Go on, Dick. Do it.
With passion. Pull straight. Okay.
He's ready.
We'll come back if you want to. Christopher.
Άκου, βλέπω, γινώσκω, γράφω, διδάσκω, θέλω και λέω ότι πιστεύω.
Okay. Also, I shared Quizlets. They have pronunciations on it. So you can actually listen to the Greek and how the person pronounced it with the right pronunciation and see them. So if you want to walk and quiz yourself, you can hear it over and over again. There's also one Quizlet set, which is a stack of cards, which have just the alphabet. That shows you what the name of each one is, how it's pronounced. So you can click on each one of them and go through them as you're walking, sitting on the subway. And I also have a flashcard with, this is two for right now.
Does it change it up to
You can mix it up.
does it mix up automatically?
You can keep it as a set or you can mix it. It is an option.
So that, a letter, it doesn't keep on going in the same orders.
Exactly.
And, out of the blue, it was.
Yep.
Do you remember the word from the 5 minutes?
Exactly. Magda. You wanna go through it? We forgot you.
Sure. Ακούω, βλέπω, γινώσκω, γράφω, διδάσκω, θέλω και λέγω, λύω, ότι, ουξ, πιστεύω. And πιστεύω is like πιστεύω is ένα θεόν.
Yes, very good. That's a good, actually, good they bring it up. There's some things that make some things easier to hear. Pistebo is usually the nickname we say for the creed, because what does it start with? I believe. We say pistebo. Grapho. Here it has graphic, right? But it sounds a little bit like, you can think of the nice thing about Greek words, it has, in English, we use a lot of Greek words that have Greek roots. Didactic, right? Didasko, didactic. Gnosko has the knowledge inside of it. There's a group of Christians and a group of wrong thinking that were so hyper focused on knowledge, on divine knowledge coming from a higher source. They were called the Gnostics. So Gnosko has that root word, or in English, agnostic, right? Acoustics and level has, I don't see that too much, the dialogue in it. So it helps when you have
Yeah, logo.
logo, yeah,
Comes up.
that's probably a better one. So you have those things that help you. We're gonna try to do it with everything that we do. Thelo is maybe just a lot of these actually are used in modern Greek too. Thelo is used is very much used. So they start introducing words that are used very much. Actually, it gives us a good basis. There's actually two words that we're going to use as we're going to start sentences. Adelphos, because we need a subject, right? So we're going to start sentences with just verbs. So we need some subject. So one of them is downstairs. If you look at the bottom of it, in the paragraph, it's adelphos and adelphi, which is the brother or sister. Same words, but what we're going to learn shortly is the endings can make something male, feminine, or neuter. Okay, so adelphos. Say it together. Adelphos. Adelphi. Okay.
Father, what are the root words of this, like Delphi or?
The root word of adelphos and adelphi, I believe, is actually what we use actually in English to dolphin. There's a root word for all the same womb.
Oh,
So because dolphins had the brother and sister, they come all from the same womb, that it was considered that. There's a root and a link to dolphin. I have to look that up again. And so that's where the root word comes from the same womb, essentially. There's also dolphin uses that same root, that's what I was trying to say, and makes it its own. But I have to look that up again. Okay, so we have, I want to go I don't want to repeat too much from last week, but now the word that we're starting with verbs that are continuous, that you start once and that you don't stop. Okay, so there's verbs that you can speak in different tenses at times. Okay, so that becomes important when we start to think philosophical of an action. We're doing something that starts and doesn't end. Or something that starts for a short time and ends, like I will what's an action that can start and doesn't end?
I will breathe.
Hmm?
I will breathe.
Yeah, I am breathing, right? You're breathing continuously. If you're gonna be taking a nap, that's a short action that starts and stops at a certain time. Okay, so the verbs that we're starting out with is the ones that we do continuously. Like I will continuously want, I will continuously write, I will continuously know, I will continuously see, I will continuously hear, and so forth. Okay, it's the basics. When you start a new language, you start with the most simple. And as I was starting before, there's the persons as well in it, like me, you, they, he, she, and the endings change. The root word stays the same for now, but the ending changes. So if it's we started learning the I singular, so that has the simple that has a simple root with the omega ending, right? Tello. I'm hyper pronouncing the end now, so you can pay attention. Ginosko, lepo, aku, right? Leo, The first, when I speak to you as an individual, it has the epsilon, iota, sigma ending, is. Okay? So let's try this with all of them. Go ahead, man.
Father, I think it may be easier if everybody maybe underlines the endings. So when they see the root word, they'll see the first, second, third person, whether it's singular or plural. But it may help if everyone in their book underlines, like in number 1, Leo, just underline the omega. Number 2, underline the epsilon, iota, sigma, teliko. Number 3, underline the epsilon iota for the he, she, it. And then that's singular. And then the plural, underline the number 1, the omen. Number 2, the ete. Number 3, the usi or usin. And that'll separate the singular and the plural because Greek is inflected. We pay attention to the endings. So if you are familiar with the endings, it'll be automatic for you to put them in the second or the third singular plural. That's just a little suggestion.
Good point. And anybody that ever sees that something could be as an improvement helps you share it, because it's my first time teaching a language, especially biblical Greek. So make sure that if there's something that you find useful that something can be changed, always review it and bring it up so we can do it. But this is a really good point. That's how I learned it, is underline the endings that are changing. So for each of the words, keep the first one, the lambda, and the epsilon, and underline everything else. And I will show you how the ending is changing.
So like for this one.
And this is for the omega verbs, the way you said. These are
Yes.
mostly for the omega verbs.
Yes, later on we're going to go to other things, but now we'll just keep it simple.
So for this letter, it can be a U or a Y. How do I know which one it is? For this one.
A U or a Y?
Yeah, when I look back at it, it said that this letter could be either a U or a Y depending on what it's.
I don't know if I said this time, but last time we're going to actually go with modern Greek pronunciation.
So
Yeah,
U or Y. So how do I know which one?
you know it based on what comes afterwards, because there's a vowel that comes afterwards. I don't know how we will use the U one for now. Let's keep it for a Y right now. When we have the U coming up, I'll bring it up. Go ahead, Magda.
maybe it will be easy for her to understand if you take the verb akuo and ask her to conjugate it, let's say in the second person plural.
That's what we're
And
gonna
add
do.
that ending. Yes. I'm
We're gonna
sorry.
go with the practice. We're gonna go.
Oh,
with
I'm sorry.
everybody. No, you good point.
Could you just please go through the vocabulary words so I can record them and then I can hear them?
Okay, sure. Aku, βλέπω, ginosko, grafo, didasco, θέλω, και, λέγω, λύω, ότι, ουκ, πιστεύω. Okay, so we tried this last week. Let's try this again. So we're going to conjugate it. So I'm going to take one of the words, blepo, and we're going to try to say the first person. I blepo.
I, Blepo.
You blepis. Okay. He, she, it, blepi.
Blepi, Blepi.
Okay. We blepomen. You all blepida.
Blepi.
They bleposin.
Blepusi.
So that is a little bit different because you can also have, we're going to probably use more often, even the book shows here, the modern Greek one, which is the OUN ending. Maybe write it at the bottom, an OU ending, un, blepon. That's how you say it in modern Greek, and that's how some of the ways you can also say it here. So know the two differences, because when you see it in the biblical text, I want you to be able to see this, but always understand manus blepo. So let's do the next one. It's ginoskos,
Ginoskos.
ginoskis,
Ginoskis.
ginoski,
Ginoski.
ginoskomen,
Ginoskomen.
ginoskete,
Ginoskete.
ginostusin.
Ginoskis.
Okay, somebody's bold to try it.
Which word?
Pick a word.
I'll do fellow. Telos. Telis. Telis. Teli. Telon. Telon.
Telon.
Telome. Teloti.
Okay, you see like telo, it has theta, eta, tau, omega. What do you drop? What is the root? What do you keep?
You keep the
The theta,
theta,
the epsilon,
epsilon,
and the lambda.
lambda, and then
And what do you add from here?
you add
The first person plural is what we got started.
yeah. So you add the mu.
The omicron,
Oh, you add the
the omicron is part of it.
okay, you add the omicron, you add the mu, me, epsilon, ni.
So how would be?
Telumen,
Okay,
telumen.
telomen, good job. And the next one,
Teloti,
what do we keep from the telo?
the keep the
Theta, epsilon, lambda.
epsilon, lambda,
What sound does it make that we're keeping? Tel,
tel,
tel, right? It's we're keeping. What ending do you add to it?
ed,
Et, yeah, tel, et,
telet,
okay?
and then so that epsilon, sigma, telotes,
Tel, lucine.
telosin,
What are we keeping?
the theta,
The
keeping
omicron,
omicron,
iota,
yod,
sigma,
this one, this epsilon,
epsilon, yeah, sorry,
epsilon,
sigma,
iota.
yes. The last one is in parentheses because we keep it for now and
Why
then
isn't pronouncing this last one?
telucine, yeah, we're gonna pronounce it for now, but there's times when it's not pronounced, but we're gonna keep for now.
Can I try grapho?
Yeah, telegraph.
Grapho. Graphis. Graphi. Graphomen. Graphete. Graphosin.
Okay,
Is that okay?
somebody else want to try?
I've been reading and copying in my head, but I heard. Are we gonna stay out?
Bill.
Let's do pistevo together, pistevo,
Pistevo.
pistevis,
Pistevis.
pistevi,
Pistevi.
pistevomen,
Pistevomen.
pisteveta,
Pistevete.
pistevusin.
Pistevusin.
Let's do, what do we do not do? Didasco,
Didasco.
didasco,
Didasco.
didaskis,
Didaskis.
didaski,
Didaski.
didaskomen,
Didaskomen.
didasketa,
Didaskete.
didaskosin.
Didaskosin.
Let's. Which one did we not do? We haven't pretty ready. Okay. Let's do this. We're gonna try to read at home again, first chapter. Come next week with questions specific about the chapter. Follow 3 things on the app. We shared an app where you can it teaches you how to write. Thank Angie. Follow that along. Follow the flashcards. There's 2 sets. Again, one with the alphabet and one with this first set of vocabulary we have. The last one we shared the YouTube clip, I believe, of the alphabet. Just listen to it as you're doing things. And again, and read the chapter because it will give you some things. Don't be so hyper attentive to the chapter because we're focusing on some things and we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty layers. Maybe just read it as it's like skim over it, not just skimming, but a little bit of a light and deeper reading, but not being so obsessed with certain things because some things we're not gonna focus on so much. Okay? Formats. This is my first time teaching a Greek class. So, or a different language and a Greek class at the same time. If you like to change something in the format, let's stop here. Let's focus more on vocabulary. Let's go back to alphabet. Let's move faster. Let's focus more on this grammar. Just send it to me individually or in the group chat so we can improve things as well for others, okay? Pay attention when you are on Sunday on any of the liturgy. What is being said? Try to see if you can pick up any of these words at any time during the liturgy.
So the first two letters.
What's it? Yeah.
The first two letters are the root word and everything else is the suffix. Like
Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was reading the whole thing like together.
Yeah, the first two is the root, and then
Okay.
you know what? I should have done that for all of them
Yeah.
of the vocabulary to say which one is the root and which one is the suffix.
I was reading.
We'll start that next week with that. Magda, you had a question or a comment?
Maybe something easy for everyone to pay attention to on Sunday would be the listening to the Lord have mercy, the Kyrie eleison. Is that done in Greek in church? So the Kyrie eleison, which Elios is the olive, and it's to soothe me. So maybe everybody can chant. Maybe we can end off the class by chanting the Kyrie eleison all together, if that's
Yes.
okay.
Yes, and that's actually a good point, is as you're hearing the chanter do certain things, I know not everybody's comfortable with chanting or singing, but try to hear the vowels and the sounds that are making and try to imitate it. Try to pray as well. That's kind of why we're always doing this class, to understand what is being prayed so you can join in. So pay attention to that as well on Sunday.
Wants people to join it.
Yes, she wants this. I don't know, I know sometimes people from other parishes and they're a little bit, I don't know,
More of a cultural thing. This. It's not, I don't think many people are used to it, that they are also chanting.
yes.
So I don't think that part of, but she's trying to change that. She wants people to be, she wants the people to be engaged in the
Yes.
service and to chant also.
Chants are beautiful.
Yeah, and then pay attention, we're gonna say Irini Pasi, just
Yeah.
Irini, you're gonna hear it a lot, you're gonna hear, when we pray for Irini a lot. Maybe one thing you could pay attention to is the priest says before the gospel, Akuso men, to Agio Evangelio. What word have you heard in that one?
Yeah.
Aku. There you go. It's gonna be exciting as you go along, it's gonna be more fun. Oh, I'm starting to understand something that is being said.
Oh, that means like let us hear the gospel?
Yes,
Oh.
you see, so yeah, it's not so complicated. Yeah. So, okay,
Can I ask a question?
yeah, go ahead.
When you say Doxe Patrice, what part of the going to the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is that? Is that the whole thing?
Okay, so the good points, Ke, we have Ke in here, right?
Yeah.
Doxa patri. Ke,
No.
yo,
Yo.
Ke,
Okay.
agio pneuma. Right?
Agio Pneuma.
Doxa patri, Ke, yo, ke to agio pneuma, okay? So what did you hear twice in there? Ke, Ke, what's the Ke? And where we just studied that today. There's another word. We're gonna start doing that. That's good. And then when I say start, the first read of the creed is pistevo. So when it's said in Greek, in the liturgy, let's see it at least say the first word for now. Okay? So that gives you a little bit like so it's become something real and it helps you with the service. So as we said, we're gonna get up now and then we're gonna do the Kyrie eleisons together. 3 sets of 3. So I'll say Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. And you can do the second set, okay? Let's get up. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory to the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, both now and forever to the ages of all ages. Please stick to it. I know it's hard, learning language is hard, and we're starting at very different places. Somebody who's never been heard Greek before, as opposed to somebody who maybe grew up in a Greek household. So we're starting at different levels, but in time, we're gonna meet at the same place, and then it will become a little bit more like we're gonna go a little bit more to the nuances, learning, like, for example, our Father, what the certain tenses mean, to whom it's spoken to. Then it becomes more important when it comes to that. Right now, we're just going through the basics, and for some, maybe that's it's too basic, but we have to get the basics down and follow it a few more times. Okay? Have a good night, and thank you for.
Question, what does PLA soon mean?
What's thank you. Have a good night. Huh?
But